There is a fear that almost everyone has felt, even if they never name it. It is not loud or dramatic. It follows quietly, like a shadow behind us. It is the fear of being alone. From a young age, we are taught to fit in, to be liked, to belong. We are praised when we are similar to others and ignored when we are different. Slowly, we learn to adjust ourselves just to avoid being left behind. One day, very quietly, very slowly, something changes. Even when people are around, even when voices fill the space, we realize we have never truly been with ourselves. And then a question appears. If no one is watching, no one judging, no one expecting anything, who am I? This video is not meant to comfort. It is for those who are tired of living while pretending. For those who wonder if it is possible to walk alone without losing themselves. Humans were not born weak, but we were born with an old instinct, fear of being left behind. Long ago, being alone meant death. No tribe, no fire, no protection at night. One separation could mean never returning. Our bodies still remember this. The heart races when we are rejected. The stomach tightens when we feel unwanted. So we try to blend in. We adjust our thoughts and words, not because we are dishonest, but because our bodies are afraid. The world has changed, but the instinct remains. Today, being alone does not mean death. What often dies instead is our identity. The instinct that once saved us now traps us. It builds a quiet prison, a prison called approval. No one tells us that belonging has a cost. The cost is not paid all at once. It is taken slowly, moment by moment, each time we stay silent instead of speaking honestly. Each time we ask what others think before asking ourselves, silence becomes a habit. Social media did not create this fear. It only made it louder. Every like becomes a small dose of comfort, and when the comfort disappears, we feel empty and restless. We call it loneliness, but it is disconnection from ourselves. Belonging is not wrong, but when it requires giving up who you are, it becomes a cage. Solitude is not the same as isolation. Isolation is being pushed away. Solitude is stepping away by choice. When you choose to be alone, there is no applause. No one tells you that you are right. Only your thoughts remain. At first, this feels uncomfortable. Silence reveals questions we avoided. Borrowed beliefs begin to fall apart. But something real appears. No roles, no masks. Only the unedited self. Walking alone does not weaken you. It removes what you depended on and forces you to stand on your own. Some people were called strange or dangerous, but they shared one thing. They did not ask permission to live honestly. Diogenes lived with almost nothing, no wealth, no status, no need for respect. He was free because nothing could be taken from him. When Alexander the Great asked what he wanted, he replied, "Do not block my sunlight." The man with nothing was the freest. In Japan, ronin were samurai without masters. No protection, no orders. Their lives were dangerous, but their minds were free. Miyamoto Musashi walked alone his entire life. He believed inner discipline mattered more than external security. Freedom came from self-mastery. Nietzsche spoke of leaving the herd. He said those who see far must endure loneliness. Greatness begins in silence. Deep ideas are not born in noise. Only repetition lives there, not discovery. Marcus Aurelius wrote for himself, not for praise. He wrote to remember who he was. His solitude created clarity. Thoreau left society to simplify life, not to escape, but to see clearly. By removing excess, he found truth. When you stay alone long enough, false thoughts fall away. Real ones remain. Creativity arrives slowly, but it only arrives when silence is allowed. Walking alone is never safe. You will be misunderstood. You will be questioned. There will be moments of doubt when everyone moves one way and you do not. Loneliness feels heavy then, but the cost of never walking alone is greater. It is living without truth. It is losing yourself quietly. Albert Camus said that living freely in an unfree world is rebellion. You do not need to shout. You only need not to kneel. When you stop living for approval, you become difficult to control. That is what the world fears. Walking alone does not mean disappearing. It begins with small moments, moments without an audience. Sit quietly without a phone, walk without headphones, write what you believe, even if you never share it. Learn to tolerate being disliked, not to fight others, but to free yourself. Silence trains strength. Slowly, your inner voice becomes clearer. Less panic, less noise, more quiet confidence. Walking alone does not mean you will always be lonely. It means you are no longer afraid of loneliness. When you belong to yourself, relationships become lighter. No attachment, no begging. You can be with others without losing yourself. And when you are alone, you do not collapse because you are already home. Not everyone will understand your path. What matters is that you do, and that is enough. Better to walk alone in truth than to be surrounded by a lie.